estate. You guys want to learn how to make some money in real estate? Okay. Incorrect. You do not have to have money to make money in real estate. Okay, rule number one. How do you do that? Hang out for a little while, I'll teach you that later. But I will teach you how to do one thing. If you buy right, you always win. So what are you always looking for in buying real estate? Any ideas? What's that? Look, they say location, location, location. It doesn't matter where location is to me. It matters what's happening in the area. Okay, so if we were to look at this property, what's going on right here?
A lot of cars and buildings are going up.
So walk with me over here real quick. What do you think's gonna happen there? All new commercial buildings, right? What's going on right there? Another business. Geico just put their business building right there. University of Arizona put one there. Costco's right there. Walmart's right there. This is right about, there's certain things that happen in real estate. You've got the first people that come in, then you get the rest that come in, and then everybody else wants to come in. Where's the best time to buy?
Now, what's the ground floor?
Almost. Right before everybody else buys. Right? The first person takes a brunt of it. So you'll see Costco's, Walmart, they can hold while everybody else comes in, and they're attractors, right? They bring in the other businesses. Then what happened? You start to see the retail come in. Why would retail start to come in after the bigger businesses come in?
People are coming.
Traffic, right? These companies feed off of traffic. So if traffic is established by a Costco or a Walmart, then the other ones come in. Once the other ones come in, now you've got desirability for office space, the Geicos, the University of Phoenix. Why? Because their employees now have places to shop, eat, and now it's an attraction to work for them. Okay? Now when they see more people coming that are going to be long-term, what happens to the next retail spaces? Now you see the rest of the retail come in because now they're not demanding just on the traffic going by, they got office space. So when you look at certain prices, we'll see commercial buildings, the retail will start out a little bit lower, and then as it builds, it goes up another $10, another $100 a square foot, to where they're selling these per square foot $300 to $1,500 a square foot. Now what does that look like, ladies that are in real estate? Right? A Dutch Brothers, do you know how much a Dutch Brothers sells for per square foot? It's over $1,000 a square foot. You guys have looked at Dutch Brothers, right? They're about the size of our buildings. Yet they pay a gigantic lease for that. And then what do? They sell off the real estate after they put the lease in place. So when we look at this area, why would we choose to buy a building like this? Traffic. What do you think is going to happen to the price of this over the next 10 years? Price goes up, continues to go up and up and up. So as we continue to build schools, some of you guys will have the opportunity to be deans, and we will acquire those properties and commercial buildings. When we do that, these are the kinds of things we're looking at. Questions?
But what do you see on the horizon?
Still 4 to 7% increase in population. We've been steadily doing that over the last 22 years, 3 to 7%. We're not building that fast, which is an unfortunate problem because house prices have gone too high. Fortunately for that, interest rates have stayed low, but interest rates are going up, so we should stabilize the market for house prices, but we might see homelessness increase because of it. Or you'll see 5 or 6 people living in a property, which is fine too. So.
And this is where the tiny homes come in.
This is where the tiny homes come in. In Washington, my buddy up there who builds tiny homes, they're selling these, putting them in their backyard. The homeowner's living in the one in their backyard and renting out their space.
Around here. And then you'll be one other part of the curve. Nice and close. Come on, shoulder to shoulder.
Short dude in the class.
I just remember the first 13 students with the first 5 builds. That's addiction that lasts forever. Be looking this way, close your eyes. Seeing my nose? Wide open, smiling. Alright, we're gonna do it again. Actually looks pretty good. Don't look into the sun. Get set. We'll do a fun one after this one. Gotta go 1, 2, 3, jump. It's 3, jump. Superman jumping. 1, jump. I think Bryson got the highest there. No! I mean, he looks like Superman. It's alright. We got like on the ending. Oh, you gotta do that again. 1, jump. You guys can all, you guys can come this way.
First 13 students, first 5 builds for the next 10 years. That's a big picture. That's super important. We made sure that we wouldn't sell any prior to this, so we could document the historical thing going on right here. It's exciting. That's all I can really say. It's more exciting to see the development of kids. It's impressive what they're pulling off in such a short period of time. You really can't beat that. So we're excited to show them the new space and create something bigger in a very short period of time. Well, we gotta wait for Bryson though. Since it's here, footings are good. When we get that to get a picture, I'll talk about what they. Closer, closer. Yeah, you guys are doing great. You know, you guys are doing really good. I think that another 2 months, you guys are ready to go. At least on the right trajectory, right? Lots to learn, lots to still do, but you guys have the knowledge to go change the world. So, you guys ready for the new build? Ready to learn about a bathroom?
I'm ready to learn how to tile. We're doing big tiles, right?
No, it's subway tiles, which is harder. If you can do subway tiles, you can do bigger tiles until you get to like the 2-foot tiles, and then that's a different mess. So we're gonna end it strong. We're gonna kick some butt, and we gotta.
Disappointed we won't be able to finish 5.
What you guys accomplished in the amount of time is impressive. You know, the next class, based upon what you guys were able to do, will be able to do that. But that's based upon what you guys have figured out, and I figured out. You know, I still have to learn too. You know, I wish I knew it all. I wish I was perfect. Unfortunately, I'm not. So, dang it.
What can you tell everyone with regards to like that muscle memory and the confidence to keep that muscle memory going for the rest of their days?
That's a great question. In fact, I was going to bring something up to you guys. You ever heard that saying, you can't teach old dogs new tricks?
Yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Those old people are so stubborn.
Well, do you know why it's easier to teach? So I was a dance teacher. You know why it's easier to teach someone who doesn't know how to dance how to be a good dancer than someone who thinks they can dance how to be a good dancer?
Because they already have bad habits. They already have bad habits. You can teach them good.
Right. Right.
You don't have to demolish the bad habits.
Right. So what happens is, if I told you that we are no longer going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to count 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I kept doing that to you. How often are you going to stick that 2 in there?
Often.
Right? When I yell at my kids, it's always the wrong name. And they're like, it's true. It's true. I always get the wrong name out. It's normally the one that I'm normally yelling at. Right? No. I won't say who it is. There's a camera here. And she's awesome. Yeah, she's amazing. She will rule the world. Those are the kinds that rule the world, the ones that push all the boundaries. But normally when the other ones that doesn't do any problem, I get her name out, right? And it's like,
That's what I do. I call everybody by the wrong name.
right? And that is healthy, right? And so what you're trying to do is, in this class, what we're teaching you is what's called a brain schema. Does anybody remember me talking about that? What's a schema? Anybody know? Nope. Well, it comes from the same thing, but what's that? Right. It's what counting from 1 to 10 is. That's a schema. You start one thing, you do the next, right? So have you noticed that when you first started doing something, you couldn't have any other things going on? You had to pay attention really closely to what was going on. And then all of a sudden you started to get the hang of it, or the schema in your brain started working, and then you're like, well, I need some music now. Right? I gotta listen to something while I'm doing this. You know what that means?
You can do more.
It means you got the muscle memory down. Right? Now, there are 2 kinds of people, or there are 2 kinds of learning that we can do. You can learn the muscle memory, and then what you do is you do something and put something distracting on so you can allow the muscle memory to continue. Well, is there any growth in your brain going on at that time? No, in fact, some of us don't like to listen to our own thoughts, right? I don't want to be alone with that guy. You know, he's got a lot to say, and man, he keeps talking. Right? He's always chatting. So what ends up happening is we try to put these distractions into our sphere, right? What it is that we've done, because now I've learned the schema, my brain doesn't have to work, and I don't want to be exhausted. I want to do this other thing with my brain while I can distract myself to allow this to go. When do people normally get hurt? Right, when they get comfortable and they have that muscle memory or that schema in place, right? And so what you'll notice in the way we designed the school is every time you get comfortable, what do? We throw something new at you, right? As soon as I start to hear the music getting on, and as soon as I start to see the muscle memory go, adding something new. And that actually keeps you safe. And the reason that keeps you safe is because you have to concentrate, you have to focus, you have to pay attention, right? And these attention blinks, and we talked about them early, and whether you remember them or not, they're super important to understand. An attention blink, what does it do to your short-term memory? Recycles it, right? So that thought, to get to the deeper thought, what happens? You never actually get to the more complex thoughts of building or controlling your brain. So right now, what hopefully you're learning and what you're seeing, and you'll probably see it in about 2 or 3 years, and you go, dang, that was really cool, is what we're doing is we're taking periods of time for you, we're creating schemas in your brain, we're creating muscle memory in your body, and then when you do that and you can count from 1 to 10, now skipping out on 2, then we can add another one. And now you can count further and further and further, building your confidence in that, but also building your understanding. And then you don't have to focus so much on doing one thing. Does that make sense? So how do you become successful? It's not overnight. It's increasing your ability or your muscles to memorize certain things so you can do this as you add something else in. And then when you add that new thing in, you add that to your schema and you can do more, and then you can add more in. The hard part is not allowing too many attention blinks to come in. If you allow the attention blinks, guess what happens? Your growth stops, right? And then I can't use my brain to figure out how to add the next thing in. So that's easier said than done.
Like the dog from Up, when he's like, squirrel.
Right,
He's like, goes and looks at the other thing and then totally forgot what the conversation
right.
was.
And it's sometimes it's not comfortable too, because what happens in our brain is when we're alone, we now know, studies have shown that meditation, pondering, being alone, no interaction with anybody else, no attention blinks, is highly good for your growth and for becoming more, right? And we have that ability to do that, but that's uncomfortable because your brain has to create new neural pathways to connect this dot to this dot. And that's how true growth happens. What do I know that's going to happen to each one of you guys, whether you are with Ideal or not with Ideal? If you take these things that we've taught you over this period of time and what we're going to teach you over the next 2 months, put those things into practice, and time will multiply your success with that. But it's also recognizing that this is a problem, get that out, add this in, that made it better, and then you can build upon that. Okay, get out of here. You guys got class.